Hi, here's an update that most of you may not be expecting this. A 23-year-old female second year student of a private medical college in West Bengal, in the Durgapur area, she was brutally raped, gang raped by 3 men in a forest area on 10th of October. I know none of you would be expecting such a news to come out or such a thing to even happen, but this happened. An aspiring second year medical student. What did she do? She got a call from her friend, who happens to be a male person, in the evening that let's go out for dinner. They went out for dinner around 8:30 p.m. Right? Person has to go out of the medical college, right? And went out for dinner. By the time they came back around 10:30, there was a little forest area between the place there where they went out for dinner and the college. 3 unidentified men, they came in from nowhere in the forest, in that area, little isolated area. They came there, they nabbed her. Her friend ran away from the moment. The male friend, the person ran away from that spot. 3 identified men, they nabbed her, kidnapped her, dragged her into the forest, physically tortured her, and gang raped her. This is exactly what happened. After that, they also snatched her phone, took away the phone, and said that and demanded an amount of 5,000 rupees in return of the phone, and also threatened her that if she will inform anybody, including her parents, friends, college, or police, they will kill her or do something dangerous to her. This is the kind of society that these aspiring students are in, and we are all in such kind of society. There are so many people who are evil-minded, ruthless. They're like the virus of the society. There's such kind of people are there in our society, and all that we have to do is to identify them and report to police, or be careful, not to go close to them, because the police or the government, I don't know what they're doing. I remember that sometime back in Hyderabad there was actually a rape incident, a gang rape incident, and at that time KTR was the one of the ministers here for urban development. I think what they've done is that they caught the culprits and they encountered them. There's a famous sentence in this Bahubali movie. औरत पे जो हाथ लगाता है उसका हाथ नहीं गला काटते हैं. मैं बोलता हूँ कि उसका ना ही हाथ काटो ना ही गला काटो. गला काटने से ना एक ही बार मर जाता है, हाथ काटने से ना थोड़ा दिन के लिए दर्द रहता है. मैं बोलता हूँ कि उसको एवरी दिन दर्द दो, यानी कि कट दी हैंड इन 100 pieces for 100 days so that they understand the pain that the person goes through. This is what I want. And in a different incident that happened in the last 10 days, in the month of October, a 43-year-old YouTuber from West Bengal, again, a very famous guy, he's got about millions of followers, right? He and his son, somehow they got in dialogues with a 9th standard student, a girl, and then they said that, I'm going to put you in some reels and videos of mine, and that way you can become famous. And then in that, somehow they managed to lure her into their bracket, and both of them, they raped her. They raped the person. They raped the girl, 9th standard student. The Durgapur case, that medical student, what happened was somehow the girl mustered courage, and then she informed her parents, and the parents lodged an FIR in the local police station there. About 5 people were caught. One of them was the boy who has invited her, or insisted her to go out for dinner. He was also involved in one way or the other in this whole episode. Very, very sad episode. My question to all of you is that, what can we do when we come across these kind of when you hear this kind of stuff happening, and horrible stuff happening, of course castration is one thing that can be done to these rapists, this inglorious bastards, right? The castration can be done. They can cut the male genital organs for these people, these rapists, and let them be in the society, or then put them in some jungle, or put them in some isolated place and let them live and die there. That could be one punishment, but that is something that not everyone can do. So my request to all of you is that one of the best things that we can do is, when we come across people who talk in a very derogatory way, or in a negative way, or an offensive way about women, who are like disrespectful to women, even if women are not there around them, but they still use these kind of slurs and that they talk about bitch. They talk bad things about women, right? You identify them. If you come across such people in your circle, call them out. Call them out and tell them that what you're doing is wrong. Right? If you do it to somebody else will also do it to your family. Tell them this. Identify those people. If you're going out with your friends and one of your friends is actually using bad words against women, or is talking in a very derogatory way or very offensive way about women, right? Or very bad things about women, he's then trying to insult the female friends or female people, right? Just call them out. Call them out immediately in front of everyone. Tell them that, I don't like your friendship. You're such a bad person. You're a horrible person. And people like you should die. वो जो बोलते हैं ना कि तड़प के मरना है. People like you should तड़प के मरना है. सब बोलो उन लोगों को. Sledge them, no problem. It's okay. So such people don't deserve to actually live, because they don't let other people live happily. Throughout their entire life, right, they'll create problems to somebody else in their life. Whether it's family, friends, or somebody else, including their wife or someone else, right? They'll keep creating problems. Better that, you have to let them, you have to wish for their death. Okay? Such people are there in our society. Please be careful. This is my request, that if you come across anyone who is being offensive to women, who is looking at women in a very derogatory way, speaking to women in a derogatory way, speaking about women in a derogatory way, who's been totally disrespectful to women, right? Call them out in the public. That's one step that all of us can take. Why this is required is that after the incident that happened last year at Arjikor Medical College, at the same time period, right, there's one more incident that happened in Maharashtra. There's one more incident that happened in, I think, Kerala or Tamil Nadu, one of those places, right? What actually changed? The Supreme Court of India actually said that the policing institutions and the medical institutions should take these kind of measures to prevent any kind of security concerns for women. They've already given those orders, but the medical institutions, especially the government medical institutions and the low budget ones, they're not doing it. The private medical institutions are doing it to a certain extent. The branded ones who've got the funds and they've got the direction to do it, but others are actually not doing it. And these others which are not doing it are in large number. So what can we do? We obviously cannot go to the medical colleges and then do the dharna, obviously, because we have got our lives to live. But the point that I'm trying to make is that if you find someone who is disrespectful to women, call them out in the public, in front of your entire circle. On the spot. Don't wait for somebody to nudge you or push you to do it. You do it on your own. And that's the way that we can make, one small step to make our society clean from these bad people. With that, I take leave. Jai Hind.